Hey, Assalamualaikum. We're back on the Sumi show. And today you've got me, the host, and a very special guest, Chia. If you guys don't know, this is my husband, Chia. And today, I think we're going to talk a little bit about Tindering my Imam. I know it's so cheesy, right, babe?
Okay.
But I ask you to trust me because I'm always the one with the wonderful ideas. And you have no choice but to follow your wife. So, why don't we share a little bit about how the process of us finding each other and then how it's been after that. So, I'm going to start by saying that if you guys don't know, I Khadijah my way through, muka tebal tak malu tanya mamat ni nak tak dekat I. How did you feel, baby, when somebody, actually a woman, pursued you?
Well, I'm okay because I always love a character of a strong woman. So it's like I find it in you, and I feel like okay. And luckily during that time I was 28 years old, I think, 27.
You didn't know much. You got tricked.
No, I was like, oh, I'm ready to get married because normally, well, from previous one, it was like no, we're just gonna be not thinking about marriage. But when it was with you, it was like, let's go and get married. I say, wow, okay, that's easy.
Okay, let me just tell you guys what happened because he's being nice. So anyway, when I met this guy, so I met 4 guys at the same time. Did you remember that time? I went out with 4 guys at the same time. But as friends, because I had the intention of getting married. So when I met this guy, he was one of the guys. But of all the guys, he was the most outstanding. So I made friends with 4 guys. Alhamdulillah. We're going to make each other look good. Okay. That's the point.
Alright.
We're on TV. Make each other look good. Okay. So, and of all the guys, he was the most outstanding because number 1 is when we went out, he was such a gentleman. There were some guys yang bagi ayat Quran that time. Did not work. No jalan. Give me some ayat Quran. I'm like, good for you. But he opened the door, shut the door, angkat barang for me. And on top of that, every time we went out, he paid. I'm like, free meal with this guy. Yeah. Yes. So, I went out with him. And then, I told him straight away, boleh tak if we skip the girlfriend-boyfriend phase and we straight away get married. But before we get married, how about we ask each other important things? What we are looking for. But to be honest with you, I was attracted to him lah. Tak boleh emphasize avocado dalam Melayu, you see? I have to, I mean, when I pursued you, I have to make sure that I'm attracted to you lah, kan? Tak adalah macam for the sake of Islam, sister. I don't do such thing.
We don't do such thing.
I have to be attracted to him. So I asked you and like, how do you feel if we got married straight away? You rasa macam mana masa tu? You rasa macam sentak tak?
Tak.
Perempuan macam tanya soalan-soalan macam tu?
No, I was like, oh, okay, that's easy because normally they don't like, okay, let's get know each other first and that, and then with you it's like, let's get married and get to know each other afterwards. I was like, oh, okay, that's new, let's go.
Bingat tak Bi cakap apa?
Apa dia?
Bi cakap, I'm not used to it. you want to be
Yeah,
girlfriend, boyfriend
not
first.
used to it, but the thing is,
He did.
but that's the norm. That's the norm. And then it was out of norm what you did like that time, but it's worth having a go with it.
Yeah.
Like because she's worthy, so.
Alhamdulillah. That I prep him, guys. I prep him, mashallah. Okay, so what was your criteria or the list of characteristics that you were looking for when you wanted to get married?
Well, like I told you, I like this strong woman. I love it, the character of that shows strength. That you have your own thing that you're pursuing, and I love that I'm supporting it. So, and like any other strong character woman, they are hunter.
Oh.
So they go out for hunt to hunt.
So hot, like when he said that, okay, and then.
So and then that's what I like in them because I don't like yang lembik-lembik, Sorry. Yeah, macam you're clingy, but at the same time you're strong. You have your own thing that I don't have to put things in your mind. So you have your own mind, and that's where I like to jive in, and then have my own say, and we go from there.
It's a bit to me lah, okay? You seem to have a character that macam is kind of not really normal for a guy. So it's like for you, it doesn't make you feel less of a man when you actually have a woman who is a hunter.
No, no. I like to hunt together.
Ah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So that was it. Like I actually pursued you, and you as a guy, you felt like it's okay for a girl to pursue you.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
I guess like what I'm trying to say ultimately is it's good to have a guy that can accept you for who you are. So I'm an extrovert and he is the opposite. He's an introvert. So when it was me that pursued the guy. It's not a gender thing to pursue somebody. It's more of a character. If you're like me who's outgoing, I pursued the guy, and the guy, alhamdulillah, loved me for who I am. This is part of my character. You know? Jump first, think later. And you're like think semuanya think. Right, yeah. So that's how we met. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how it is to fall in love after marriage. So he actually married me. So if you watch my first video, if you didn't, you should. Please go and subscribe and like. Sempat. But if you watch my first show, you would know that actually when I married him, I was not a Muslim. How was it like having a woman that actually told you that I'm not a Muslim, and then as you later married me, you had to start practicing, and you had to be okay with your wife yang macam ala-ala sesat. Kan? Macam mana bro?
Sesat kau tapi tak jauh. Dia macam sempang sikit tapi boleh tarik balik masuk
Okay,
dalam.
macam mana you confident you boleh tarik I?
Well, to begin with, you have a family of her mother is very into Islam, and I'm sure during when she grew up, the mother would always tell some things about Islam and everything about it. And then I was like, okay, she might be rebellious in that sense, but because there's a basic to it, so I just need to polish it.
Cik, are you claiming that you polish me?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it on camera. So okay, so that made you confident that I was gonna be a Muslim?
Yeah, be a Muslim. I mean, well, that's the way to go anyway. So macam,
okay.
like I said, you have a foundation of it. I just need to polish it. It's easy that way.
Yeah, but why didn't you force me? Macam, why didn't you?
Because Islam was spread without force, so I have to spread Islam without force as well.
My God, this is why I married him.
There's
That's
no
why.
force in religion, no.
MashaAllah, brother. That's why I always emphasize to women who is an extrovert lah. Choose the guy. Why wait for a guy to land when you can actually pursue a guy, but with bit of class lah. I taklah pergi kat one guy and say I'm so into you. Nanti dia perasan. I give you tips, okay? You go to 4 guys, and if he thinks that you're so into him, you say don't take it personal. I also pursued 3 other guys. You cover your like that. So the guy don't think you're psycho. You want to make sure it's not personal, it's business that I'm pursuing you for the sake of my, my marriage. But yeah, so I think that's how we actually met.
Yeah.
And okay, so let's talk a little bit about like when we got married. So I didn't really know him. When we got married, we didn't really know each other. We just knew of what was it that we wanted. So before we got married, we discussed things that are really important. For example, what are things that are important is who's going to pay the bills. Right? We discussed about that.
Yeah.
We discussed about where we're going to live. What does he do? All the boring stuff that you macam malu nak segan to ask the guy. See, the good thing is, if you don't have any emotional attachment first with the guy, it's easy for you to ask these questions without getting emotional. So if you don't have the emotional attachment yet with the guy, you can ask these guys these questions that are important to you. Kalau you dah ada emotional attachment, you macam, alamak, kalau aku tanya dia nanti dia rasa aku macam ni. Tak apa. Yang tu, that's why emotion, you nanti tu, You keep it after marriage. Before tu, you try to be professional. You tanya dia macam, what is his perspective in life? Where we gonna stay? Did I ask you how much you make for a living? Was I that shallow?
Yeah.
My God, I was that shallow. I did ask him how much. You see, it was a business deal.
Well, it's my policy as well. Not in a way, it's a policy like saying like because I'm maintaining her and also protecting her, and she's not working, so I just tell her everything like how much I earn so that she knows how to spend, and don't overspend. So like
Betul. Every time
that's
I
a
want to spend,
strategy anyway.
you will say, I don't have money. So I have to get it lah. Yeah, you did reveal that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when we got married, okay, how was it? Let's talk a little bit about like our finances when we got married, because people think like when you get married, you straight away have to have it all. Let's give them the lowdown.
It was
Let's
it
talk
was
about
hard
the
in the
motto.
first, yes.
Huh? Shall we talk about that?
Yeah, it was hard because first thing after we got into working environment, they got a credit card, so you just swipe everything.
Live. Credit
Yes.
card live, guys.
So that's not a good advice to get a credit card first. No, you just spend what you earn. That's it. Other than that, kalau tak cukup, just duduk diam.
Okay, how was it like? Because you married me yang macam super spoiled. Yeah, I'll say it. My dad spoiled me. But why don't you tell a little bit about what happened when you went to my dad and say that you want to marry? Because it would be a bit macam biasa lelaki kan, when they first get married, they don't really have a lot, but they have to provide for this girl yang bapak dia dah bagi whatever kan. Why do you say a little bit about that convo?
Yeah, I went to her that saying like, okay, uncle, I am in love with your daughter, and then I think I want to marry her, and he was like, okay, Chia, he called me Chia as well. That's not my real name, that's my nickname. Okay, he did ask me how much I earn, and you know that my daughter is I spoil her and things like that. I was like, yeah, I'm aware of that, and it's not that I don't have ambition to get there, but you know, at this point of time, that point of time during that one 2007.
Yeah, 11 years ago.
11 years ago. So yeah, I will tell her how much I earn and things like that, and I will, you know, try to control that. Yeah, and then he was like, okay, fine. I love my daughter a lot, and he said more like, if I'm sure in a marriage you will have disagreement between the two of you. Sort it out yourself with my daughter. If she comes to me, I will send her back.
He said, if I fight with my husband, I will send you back to your husband. You sort it out yourself. I thought my father is so cruel, but she's not. He's really smart for doing that. Just basically, he tak nak campur lah.
Yeah, dia tak nak campur. Because, and then also he told me that time, if I ever interfere in your marriage, please remind me. I love her, and it's your marriage. You need to manage it. I was like, wow, this guy is very wise. Like, okay, I have full respect on him. So yeah, from that conversation,
So we got married, and financially it was memang difficult lah at first. Okay, like when we first got married, memang I have to adjust, because my dad say, if you kahwin with that guy, now that guy is responsible for you, so you will adjust your life to that guy.
correct.
So transportation yang kita boleh naik motor kat Khadijah.
Yeah, because we
had to pay a lot of debt, right?
Yeah.
Before we got married, we didn't really know much about Islam and everything. So we live beyond our means, just like any other person.
correct.
But the more you started to learn Quran, and slowly I started to follow you, went to the same classes. But we realised that we were not spending macam things wisely. We were living macam everything is not enough lah. Every day is not. So we had to control, macam sort of adjust our life.
Yeah, we had to put a stop to it and say we agree. Okay, because it takes two to tango.
Yes.
So the thing is, you are in a marriage and both of you are managing it together. So you need to have agreement of both. So the thing is, when we get to the lows of our life, it was like, okay, we need to put a stop to it, cut the credit card first, and start paying all the debt.
Cry. And on top
So
of
ikat
that,
perut sikit lah, tapi alhamdulillah now debt free.
Yeah, but like okay, I have to say guys, because he's saying me that time I had to naik motor. It's not funny. Can you tell that your ugly motor? Do you have a picture of your ugly motor?
My motor is not ugly, okay?
It's ugly. Cushion dia ala tak ada. Tahu tak? Tahu tak? And then like you know when you naik, like my mum used to live in PJ. So dia punya motor tu dah motor yang macam motor jual kangkungnya. It's not the nice one, okay? It's not even scooter, it's motor. Yang bila you put on tu, lampu dia akan ikut dia punya motor punya. So lampu dia akan shine as the motor, macam motor tu punya throttle kan. So dia like that. Oh my god, when I saw that I'm like, what is that thing? And then when we had to naik, my mum punya rumah daripada PJ, pergilah rumah kita orang kat Bukit Antarabangsa, our flat tu kan. Somewhere along that highway, I left my by the time you sampai kat Bukit Antarabangsa, you tak rasa dah punya bum, tahu tak? Dia tak ada cushionnya punya motor tu. And then dah lah malu. Sebab dulu naik kereta weh. Kan my father used to spoil me. So macam kereta, the driver, dia ni. Sekarang kena naik motor cup chai. I was like, give me that freaking helmet and not let people recognize me. Macam naik motor pegang dia cover.
Dan ada visor tutup muka.
So it was so embarrassing, but I think this is part of life. When you first get married, life is difficult. When you want to start a life with each other financially, you cannot expect the guy to give you macam the life that you had with your dad. You have to macam, kita kena pandai adjust lah kan.
Correct.
Cik, I dah I cakap ni sebab dah okay dah 11 years. You should ask me back then. I would have cried and say it's tough kan. But I think Allah also gave us like something nice. Because when you first get married, you're in your bubble. So even though you're going through that hardship, actually you have a lot of things to make you happy. Because you're slowly discovering yourself.
Correct.
And discovering the other person kan. So dia macam, even though life is difficult, tapi you're in that bubble of macam in love kan. Semua macam baru kan. So how did it feel like after you married me and you got to know me after marriage? How's that like?
Well, it's always new things to learn every day until now. So macam at first it got weird because all of a sudden you're in the house and saying like, okay.
Yeah, I don't give this guy space. It's annoying. Sometimes he fight and I just want to sit beside him like, why are you here? I don't know. Because it's nice to just, he doesn't have space.
No.
So, yeah.
But when you get married, you don't expect to have space like because you're in someone's life and someone is in your life. So you have to let go of that bachelor life, and I think that's the best decision that I made, and I just building a life together with her. And from there, she's my best friend. I talk to her on my joy and sadness and everything. So
sometimes he doesn't talk. I try to make him talk.
Yeah, she talks more than me.
It's good. I married somebody opposite. So sometimes, a lot of times I talk lah, and you just ni lah kan.
Yes.
Or I try to make you talk, but you don't want to talk. Also can lah, right?
Can.
But anyway, the thing is, when we got to know each other after marriage, I have to say that is a really nice experience. You know how you have a boyfriend, and you know that in Islam macam you can't really do much. You know, a lot of things are haram that you want to do. But let's say you get to know the guy after you get married, it's really nice because there's no more of that haramness that's happening. It's more like every time we walk together and we're holding hands, that's like pahala and like Allah washing all the sins, the small sins, and us getting physical with each other. That's an ibadah that Allah rewards. So it's actually really nice to get to know a guy after marriage.
Correct.
Romantically. Because I did get to know him before, but more on a professional. So after that, macam alhamdulillah, it's nicer lah to get to know a guy in that way. How did you feel like, okay, marrying a woman? Because yelah, just ramai-ramai, all these people like to portray women as being very sweet. Okay lah, I'll just say it lah. Like, I like to make decisions, and even though I'm not earning, you're the one earning, you're the one protecting. I like to be the boss. How is it like actually?
Well, to me, our marriage is always based on our discussion before making decision.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's always okay. We put something on the table. Okay, let's discuss together how we go around it. and it's always a decision of both of us. It's never like my own decision or it's her own decision, except for when it comes to her family or my family. Okay, and
Yeah.
my family I know better, so I decide, and her family she knows better, she decides on that. But the rest, it's all about deciding together.
Basically, you know like how you marry a guy and they say you have to ta'at with the guy. I'm like, what?
Same like the husband also need to talk to the wife itself.
Actually, yeah, in marriage is a consensus thing.
Yeah.
And actually respect and ta'at and all these things come when the guy, it will come naturally to the woman as the guy is fulfilling his responsibility. So for example lah, for me and I'm like an extrovert. Dah biasa macam, what do I wear? As he's taking care of me, maintaining me, protecting me, naturally I would want to follow him. It's a natural thing to be ta'at to your husband when he is fulfilling his responsibility, provided I'm living within his means. There is a disclaimer. Like you can't say macam, I want all my nice fancy stuff and then you... No. We also as a woman have to adapt to our husband punya means. We cannot make his life difficult in that way lah. But when he is the one maintaining and protecting, it comes naturally for us to just macam chill and kind of like follow the guy. Betul tak?
Yeah.
And sometimes
Just
like
go with the flow then.
correct.
Yeah.
And like we are constantly discussing what is best for us, knowing that both of us Allah dah bagi faculty to think, to reflect.
Yeah.
So we tend to make a decision macam, okay, this is what I think, this is what you think, and you know.
Yeah.
And fighting is normal.
It's normal.
It's normal.
Yeah. We fight.
We fight.
Yeah.
You know, we stay stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next day we're like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why I did that.
Mm.
But that's just part of marriage,
Part of marriage,
kan?
yes.
Yeah. And ultimately, we feel like it's us against the world.
Mm-hmm.
Should we say that?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's us against the world.
It's us against the world. Okay, so we've been married for 11 years and we don't have
Alhamdulillah.
kids,
Mm.
right? And in our society, again, as usual, it's not just our society. I myself put pressure, like why I don't have kids. I should be having kids. I want to be a mom. But honestly speaking, alright, so let's talk about that. How that affects our marriage.
Well, at first when we got married, early years of our marriage, people keep asking, and well, dah kahwin. Well, sebelum kahwin bila nak kahwin? Now dah kahwin bila nak ada anak? And at first it puts a little bit of pressure, but then when we had this heart-to-heart talk on sorting out finances and everything, we said this is just us against the world. So anybody says anything, just put it aside. So after that, it's just that anybody comes on, well, bila nak ada anak, well, tak ada rezeki lain. Kita orang just brush it off je lah. And not that we are planning on it. We keep trying until
We
now.
do. We do.
Until now we keep trying. We just
Yeah.
don't have that part of risk from Allah.
Yeah. And I feel like for every, like this is the thing about rezeki, is that it's not the same for everybody. So for some people, they have kids. Oh my god, like macam one after another. You know, 1, 2, 3, non-stop. But maybe they have other challenges. Like for us, we don't have challenges in terms of macam alhamdulillah, we always have a good relationship together. Even though we fight, we have a good. But Allah tests us in terms of not having children. So that's the thing about like rezeki, is that we shouldn't compare. When it comes to marriage, we shouldn't compare ourselves, because Allah will give macam different people different things in their life, different challenges, and we have this challenge of not having a child yet. I mean, we work for it, but it doesn't define us, I think, right? Because we're kind of happy, I think.
Yeah, we're happy together. Well,
we get sad sometimes, we fight, but
of
generally
course,
we're okay,
generally
right?
we're okay, alhamdulillah. Well, on flip side of it, not having children, we can travel the world together.
Oh yeah,
We
that's
enjoy
really
the time,
nice.
like other people we have, you know, snippets of having children in the flight or anywhere else in the vacation location.
Like, oh, so cute. Then the child cry, oh, thank God, it's
Oh
not my
my
child. You know, so I'm just saying, like, maybe we can also enjoy the phase in life where we don't have children. Because I know, like, it gets challenging if we don't have children. There is that pressure, not just from society, but from ourselves, right? We want to be parents, right?
Exactly.
But we can also enjoy that phase in life where Allah says it's not time yet. So just usaha and enjoy. Yeah?
And travel the world together.
And travel the world together, yeah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so I hope that us sharing this has enlightened a little bit about how marriage actually work. This is from my perspective, obviously, because everybody is different. I find that a lot of generalization that people put for women is actually not true. I find that a lot of things in the Quran works only if the guy is also willing to work with his responsibility. So for again, we are born culturally to think that, you know, automatically we have to ta'at because he's a guy. No, like ta'at comes because he's doing his responsibility, and us as a woman is also fulfilling our responsibility towards the guy. Okay, basically, if the guy is fulfilling his responsibility, inshallah, it's easy for us to be ta'at to the guy. It comes naturally. You don't have to like, oh, he's a guy, we have to ta'at. You can be natural, be yourself. Okay. Yeah. If you like what we had to share just now, we would like you to lift your finger, click like
it, yes.
Subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe, yeah.
This is Sumi Jones,
And Chia from Balakong.
signing off, and looking forward to party with you in Jannah, baby!